Top of it, top of it, top of it. It's your boy Coach One Stack, man. We tapped in, y'all. Man, before I drop this video about how Tevin Campbell originally got turned out back in the game, let me show y'all one of my old videos real quick. And make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell because I gotta clear up some things, right? This is one of my old videos that went viral. Here we go. Guys, let's talk Tevin Campbell. We all know when Tevin Campbell came in the game years ago, Quincy Jones and your boy Will Smith was the ones who really turned him out and groomed him. I'm gonna take y'all back to Tupac, and a lot of y'all wasn't old enough when Tupac was here. Tupac was engaged to Quincy Jones' niece. At one time, Tupac came out and stated that Quincy Jones wanted him to give him that eggplant. And he called him all kind of stuff, man. See, Tupac exposed the stuff that was going on in the industry long before he passed away. Can you dig what I'm saying? So, man, you know, we got people like Quincy Jones, Will Smith, Dwayne Martin, you know, the Wayans brothers, all that stuff, man. You know, these people gonna be held accountable because they turned Tevin Campbell out. Now, Tevin Campbell was out here prostituting out here in Las Vegas and in Hollywood. But the question is, man, who really got that virus and who's next? Okay. Now the thing is, first of all, I like to clear up that Tupac was engaged to Quincy Jones' daughter. I made that video a long time ago. And if a lot of you guys don't know my pedigree, I am ex-law enforcement out here in Las Vegas, Nevada, when Tevin Campbell was arrested a few times. So you know so this is where I get a lot of my information from. It's first-hand information. But see, when Tevin Campbell, to me, Tevin Campbell was one of the first people, one of these young guys, you know, during my generation that started getting groomed into this lifestyle. Do you understand what I'm saying? You know, this was, you know, before the Usher days. And if for a lot of y'all youngsters, y'all don't even know who Tevin Campbell is. You understand what I'm saying? But the old heads, they do. Now, see, Tevin Campbell came up under Will Smith and Quincy Jones. Now, just to press pause, we all know that back in the day, man, when Tupac was engaged to Quincy Jones' daughter, Tupac said it himself. You can go watch the video. Tupac said that Quincy Jones wanted him to bend him over and give it to him. And he was like, hell no, I ain't with that. You know, Tupac was one of the first people to talk about the Illuminati, you know, and Diddy was in on that too. But see, Will Smith, he plays a real special part in this whole situation with turning Tevin Campbell out. How do you think Will Smith got the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air? He got it from Quincy Jones. Can you dig what I'm saying? At that time, I guess Will Smith's eggplant was working because word on the street is that he's impotent now. That's why Dwayne Martin was giving it to him and doing what he was doing in that dressing room. Now, you can go watch a video yourself and you will see where Will Smith says. He says this. He says, Quincy Jones approached me and asked me about the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. He asked me if I could act, and I told him I could, but he couldn't act. You understand what I'm saying? And that's how he got the show. But now we know he got that show because he was giving it to him. And you need to go watch Will Smith's first movie, 6 Degrees of Separation, where he plays what? None other but a diddler. But see, the thing is, with Tevin Campbell, he was a young dude in the game. He was getting passed back and forth between Quincy Jones and Will Smith. Now, this is what I tell you. When you have these young men and they have never had any type of experience with a woman, and now you are taking their manhood and you are teaching them to do other things, you know, male on male, then that's all they know. These guys are confused, just like Usher. See, Tevin Campbell is the Usher before there was Usher. Can you dig what I'm saying? So people, shout out to Tevin Campbell, man, because he could still sing. See, but people don't think about Tevin Campbell. But like I said, when I was a police officer out here in Las Vegas, Nevada, okay, I witnessed this myself. When I took somebody to the city jail, okay, a lot of officers was like, hey, guess who's over there sitting on the bench? I'm like, who's sitting on the bench? The bench is where they keep people who have just got arrested. At this time, I was working downtown, Fremont Street, for those of y'all who ever been to Las Vegas. So Tevin Campbell, you know, they had picked him up in a prostitution sting out here in Las Vegas. And Tevin Campbell, you could go run his record, Tevin Campbell was arrested for soliciting for the purpose of prostitution and possession of narcotics paraphernalia. Because Tevin Campbell not only was a male prostitute out here in Las Vegas for sure, but allegedly Hollywood. I can't speak on Hollywood, but I believe it was Las Vegas. I could speak on that because I was sitting right there. So now, when I came around the corner and I see Tevin Campbell sitting there on the bench, real disheveled, real kind of beat up looking, face all sucked in. I'm like, damn, that's Tevin Campbell. I said, hey man, can you still sing? And my right-handed guy, Tevin Campbell, went and hit some notes right then and there. Man, if I could have let that dude get up out of there, I would have, because I did not know at that age. I mean, I'm 49. At this time, I was like maybe 26, 27 years old. And I didn't know nothing about this kind of stuff that was going on through Hollywood. You understand what I'm saying? Now here's the thing. Tevin Campbell, man, went on to get hooked on a whole lot of drugs. And I do mean a whole lot of drugs. But he's somebody, man, he kept his mouth shut. And throughout the years, Will Smith and Quincy Jones, even though they continued to pass Tevin Campbell around, hey man, Tevin Campbell kept quiet. He even had a comeback. You know what I'm saying? But see, now, I know it's hard for these young men to shake, what has been done to them, especially at an early age. And I don't know what it is about this industry stuff. They got this stuff going on with Disney, with the same type of thing. But Tevin Campbell was turned out at a very young age by none other than Diddy, Will Smith, and Quincy Jones. See, Quincy Jones and Clive Davis, they are and always have been gatekeepers. Quincy Jones carries a whole lot of weight. And whether you know it or not, these gatekeepers, they are the ones that are the power bottoms, so to speak. You understand what I'm saying? And they're the ones that need to get pleasure. You guys can go still pull up that video of the late great Tupac, calling Quincy Jones the F word, saying he wanted me to bend him over and do X, Y, and Z, and he wasn't having it. But hey guys, I just want to drop y'all some facts about Tevin Campbell, man. I've been going through a lot of my old viral videos, a lot of my short videos that I put out when this Diddy thing first started. So we ain't gonna leave Will Smith out. We not gonna leave Quincy Jones out. And we already on the diddler, and I got much more to come. Because what they doing to these young men and confusing them, some of these people are getting drove to delete themselves. That's why a lot of these young black and white actors and child stars are the way that they're acting, like Orlando Anderson, because they have been tampered with and now their mind is confused. Let's face it, use your head. How is it that, when you are a young man and you are made to be submissive to a man, it has to be hard on you to try to make a woman be submissive, and you have just played the woman. Do you get what I'm saying? But other than that, man, I don't like to keep y'all long, man. Make sure you hit the like video, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell, and hey, shout out to Tevin Campbell, and you know the rest. Remember to be blessed, don't get stressed, make sure you never forget finesse, and get plenty of rest, and stay out of trouble, church.